NOLA stage which shows 1/3 root completion. The question is about one of the NOLA stages and one another key term given is root completion. 1/3 root completion. Different stages are given to us in the options, say stage 1, 4, 7 and 8. Now we should know that a person known as NOLA in the year 1952 divided the tooth development into 10 different stages. The person's full name is Carmen M. Nola. Carmen M. Nola in the year 1952 divided the tooth development into 10 different stages, and these stages were used to assess the developmental age of the patient. So it is used in dental age estimation and it is known as Nola's method of dental age estimation, which is based on the 10 stages proposed by Nola. Now let's try to understand these 10 different stages. Look into this picture. 10 stages are given in a sequence along with pictures for a better understanding. Stage 0 denotes absence of crypt and the stages begin from stage 1 where there is presence of tooth crypt, which is followed by initial or beginning of calcification, that is stage 2, and stage 3 begins with crown completion, 1/3 of crown completed. Stage 4 denotes 2/3 crown completion. Stage 5 denotes crown almost completed. So here you should focus on the term almost. It is not 100% done, but it is almost completed. Whereas stage 6 denotes the entire completion of the crown, which is followed by beginning of root formation. So from stage 7, it denotes root completion. That is 1/3 of root completed in stage 7. Stage 8 denotes 2/3 root completion and stage 9 root almost completed. Again focus on the term almost completed having open apex, and stage 10, which is the final stage, it denotes the complete formation of the root, that is apical end of root completed, which denotes the closed apex. These are the different stages proposed by Nola, and it is very important to remember these stages in the same order as given here. And the better way to remember is there is presence of tooth crypt which begins or which undergoes calcification. Calcification begins, which results in crown formation and crown completion, followed by the different stages of root completion. So this is the sequence to remember these stages. That is, stage 1 stands for presence of tooth crypt. Stage 2 denotes the beginning of calcification, that is initial calcification, and stages 3 to 6 denotes the different levels of crown completion, and stages 7 to 10 denotes the different levels of root completion. And now one another way to remember these stages are stage 3. So 3 is an odd number. It denotes 1/3 crown completion. So 1/3, 1 is again an odd number. Whereas stage 4, 4 is an even number. It denotes 2/3 crown completion. So 2 is again an even number. So you can remember in that way. Similarly for root completion also, stage 7, 7 is an odd number. Therefore it denotes 1/3 root completion, and stage 8, 8 is an even number which denotes 2/3 root completion. So these are some of the clues to remember it easily. And getting on with the Nola's method, which uses these 10 stages, that is each tooth will be given a score. That score is nothing but the stage in which the tooth is present, that is in which stage of tooth development. Based on that the score will be given to each tooth. But there are some modifications here, that is if in case the tooth is between stage 3 and 4, it is not stage 3, it is not up to stage 4, but it is somewhere between stage 3 and 4, but it is 50%, it is halfway between the two stages, then you should add 0.5 to the previous score or to the previous grade. Okay, if in case it is between two stages, say for example between 5 and 6, but it is just 25% between 5 and 6, that is beyond the stage 5 only 25% is completed. In such case you should just add only 0.2 to the previous grade. In case it is again between two stages, for example between 7 and 8, but it is almost close to 8, that is 75% between the stage 7 and 8, then in such case you should add 0.7 to the previous score or previous stage. Okay, for example, consider the tooth to be between stage 4 and 5. Okay, so the tooth is between stage 4 and 5, so the tooth will get a basic score of 4, because we should always go with the lesser stage or the previous stage. Okay, stage 4 is a basic score given, but if it is between 4 and 5, halfway between 4 and 5, add 0.5 giving a score of 4.5. If it is 25% between the two stages, then you add only 0.2, which is 4.2, and if it is 75%, add 0.7 giving a score of 4.7 to that tooth. Okay, so this is the scoring system for Nola's method. Okay, each tooth is given a score and it is based on the stage of tooth development. So now getting back to the options, now we'll be able to recollect easily. Stage 1 denotes the presence of tooth crypt, whereas stage 2 denotes the beginning of calcification. And option 2 says stage 4. So 4 comes between 3 to 6, which is for crown completion, and 4 is an even number, therefore it denotes 2/3 of crown completion. And option 3 says stage 7. It comes between 7 to 10, that is the stages or levels of root completion, and 7 is an odd number, it denotes 1/3 root completion. And option 4 says stage 8, it is again between 7 to 10, therefore denotes root completion, and 8 is an even number, therefore it stands for 2/3 root completion. And one another important point I would like to tell is that stage 6 denotes the crown completion. So once the crown is completed, the eruptive movements of the tooth begins. It is very, very important. Okay, so at stage 6, the eruptive movement of the tooth begins, whereas stage 8, which denotes 2/3 root completion. 2/3 root completion. So once the root is 2/3 done, then the tooth begins to erupt into the oral cavity. So these are the two important points we should remember regarding stage 6 and stage 8. Okay, so once the crown is done, once the crown is completed, then the eruptive movements begins, but only when the root is 2/3 completed, then it will erupt into the oral cavity. Okay, so these are some of the important additional points to remember. Therefore, out of the given 4 options, the one which shows to 1/3 root completion, because our question is 1/3 root completion, is nothing but option 3, which states stage 7. Therefore, the right answer here is option